Do you see this big green arrow right here? This could be Bitcoin's absolute last chance in this whole bull run. This green arrow representing a potential stochastic RSI cross on the 2-week time frame, something that is very, very rare. It only happens a couple times in the entire bull run, and the last time it happened was back in September of last year, and that rose Bitcoin an astonishing 184%. But this time is a little bit different. And this time, I have a lot of good news to share with you, and I have some really bad news to share with you. Let's get into it. Imagine breaking free from your financial worries and achieving true financial freedom. Normally, our yearly membership costs almost $7,000, but for a limited time, you can access it for just $960, an incredible 86% discount. You'll immediately unlock live trading sessions, over 200 bite-sized mini courses perfect for a busy schedule, exclusive weekly market reports, daily chart alerts, and a step-by-step blueprint to financial freedom. Plus, with the yearly plan, you're gonna get 2 months free and 3 trade alerts worth 2.4K. I literally can't make it any easier. This is your opportunity to break free from those financial worries. The price equals less than $3 per day to completely change your whole life and your family's future. Our exclusive members have seen incredible results, like Pat, who is up over 50% in his brokerage account. Worried about commitment? You can cancel anytime, no questions asked. Don't miss out. This is limited time only. Visit CryptoCrewUniversity.com now. Again, that's CryptoCrewUniversity.com. Go now, clock is ticking. So here we are, Bitcoin US dollar index, and we're on the 2-week time frame. The 2-week time frame, we have price action above, and we have the stochastic RSI below. What I've gone ahead and did is I've outlined some of the crosses that we've had throughout previous bull runs. It all rhymes. You can see that there is a distinct pattern that Bitcoin is laying out some breadcrumbs that most people completely miss that you're no longer going to miss, right? It's right abundantly clear. This green arrow representing a potential stochastic RSI cross, and this doesn't happen too often. Let's go back to some other cycles so we can better understand, well, how many times does this thing happen? Well, at the bottom of the market, we always have a 2-week stochastic RSI cross, and it always represents the best buying opportunity to buy. However, the high majority never want to listen because they believe that we're going a lot lower because the high majority of humans are chanting it. It's very difficult to fight our human psychology to go against humans. It's human nature to go with the humans. If you're walking down a busy road and all of the humans go to the left and literally nobody is down that strange looking road on the right, you're gonna go to the left. Not that you really want to, but you feel safer with the herd. It's just human psychology. So when everyone is chanting we're going lower, it's really difficult to be like, you know what? I've got a bright idea. I'm gonna buy. Because you don't want to be that guy that buys and it crashes lower, so you just don't do anything. But here's a simple thing you can do for the rest of time. Whenever the market is really in the bloodbath and things are a little bit scary, and we have a stochastic RSI cross on a 2-week time frame, you wake the hell up. You don't care what everybody's doing. You say to Grandma Betty, I'm not listening to anything you say. Grandma Betty, the leader of the herd, you don't want to listen to her. She's crazy, she's delusional, and you buy Bitcoin. Now, you can see the stochastic RSI cross 2-week time frame right at the bottom. It represented an incredible buying opportunity. You go to the next bottom here. What did we have? We had a beautiful stochastic RSI cross on the 2-week time frame, taking us out of the bear market. Next market bottom, 2019. What happened? We had a nice, beautiful stochastic RSI cross on the 2-week time frame, and it took us out of the bear market. What happened in the next market cycle bottom? We had a beautiful stochastic RSI cross on the 2-week time frame. Something we covered right here, something that nobody wanted to listen to. They all said that we're going to go, oh, Steve, I'll see you at 5K. I'll see you at 6K. You're dead wrong this time. I know you've been right a lot, but there's no way in hell. But men lie, women lie, the charts don't lie. We had this 2-week stochastic RSI cross, and once it gets above the 20, as you know, it becomes official, and that's precisely what we did right around here, and the rest is history. That's the bottom of the market. After the bottom of the market, these things are really scarce. Take a look. We're going to go back to 2011. We know that we had one at the bottom. And the only other time that we got a 2-week Stochastic Rsi cross was right here, July 2013. After we were really ridiculously overextended, we had a 75% correction, and then we had a 2-week Stochastic Rsi cross, giving a huge signal to the market that that was the last opportunity to buy Bitcoin. And we saw prices go from about $75 all the way up to over $1,000 with just this little old Stochastic Rsi cross. It's that simple, right? This game is very confusing and very overwhelming, and Bitcoin goes up today and down tomorrow and up the next day and down, boom. It's very overwhelming to look at the day-to-day. Instead, take the day-to-day stuff and throw it directly in the trash because that's where it belongs. It's all noise. You look at the 2-week time frame, it removes all the noise, and you don't care what Grandma Betty is saying. You always hang up on her and you're focused on the facts, you're good. Right? So in this cycle, the first one, we just had one Stochastic Rsi cross outside of the box, just one. And that was the lone opportunity to really take advantage of a ridiculous price rise. And the next time we had a Stochastic Rsi cross was literally at the bottom. So after that bottom in 2015, how many did we have in this this was our most textbook bull market of Bitcoin's history. It's not even close. This was an absolute gem of literally, if you're going to go look in Bitcoin's history and you're going to look for the most textbook bull run we've ever had, it's this one by a long shot, and nothing is even remotely close. So what did this one do? Well, we know that we had one at the bottom, right? We only had one other cross, and that happened right here, September 2016, when Bitcoin was at roughly $575. And with that little cross, we went from 575 up to our top of 20K with just a Stochastic Rsi cross. And you may say, well, how about these moves inside here? These are irrelevant. What we have on our horizon here is we have a white line at the 70 and a white line at the 20. We need a Stochastic Rsi cross to happen below the 20 and move above 20 to be legitimate. And none of these followed any of those rules. So we literally had one, just like our previous cycle, literally had one, right? So far, 2 cycles in a row, just one Stochastic Rsi cross to take us through the entirety of the bull. And by the way, once that one was done and crashed back down, the top was already in. Just like here, once that one was already done and we came back down below the 20, the top was already in. And by the way, when that happens, nobody is going to believe the top is in. It happens every single cycle. Imagine breaking free from your financial worries and achieving true financial freedom. Normally, our yearly membership costs almost $7,000, but for a limited time, you can access it for just $960, an incredible 86% discount. You'll immediately unlock live trading sessions, over 200 bite-sized mini courses perfect for a busy schedule, exclusive weekly market reports, daily chart alerts, and a step-by-step blueprint to financial freedom. Plus, with the yearly plan, you're gonna get 2 months free and 3 trade alerts worth 2.4K. I literally can't make it any easier. This is your opportunity to break free from those financial worries. The price equals less than $3 per day to completely change your whole life and your family's future. Our exclusive members have seen incredible results, like Pat, who is up over 50% in his brokerage account. Worried about commitment? You can cancel anytime, no questions asked. Don't miss out. This is limited time only. Visit CryptoCrewUniversity.com now. Again, that's CryptoCrewUniversity.com. Go now, clock is ticking. This is another clue that you can use for the rest of time in Bitcoin. Instead of looking at the day-to-day and getting so stressed out and using your precious time to be stressed out, who would want to live that way? Throw all of those thoughts and all of these programs that you have created, checking your phone and checking Twitter or checking whatever you check, just throw all of that in the garbage and look at the higher time frames and kick your feet up with your beer, with your pina colada, and relax. That's what you deserve. You don't deserve to be in the herd, really, like Grandma Betty. It's not worth it. Now, when you look at it and you say, okay, once we get back down here, wow, the top really is in. All right, that's the key. Now, 2 cycles in a row, just one. Let's go to the next cycle, 2019. We know we had a cross at the bottom, well understood, and we battled up through here. We had this cross here that ended up being a fake out cross. Now, this is what I want you to be aware of because we could be getting ready for precisely that. Now, more on that in a moment, but let's just look at what happened here, right? Bitcoin's price was about 6,000. We had a cross. We went from 6,000 up here to 10,000, and then we crashed back down. And you may ask yourself, well, how do we know if we're going to have this fake out? Well, what happened here is we never regained any sort of structure, right? We were in an uptrend here, and then we started to get into a downtrend, and Bitcoin had to create a higher high. It couldn't. This previous high from October 19 was right here at about a little over 10K, and we came back down and we had a stochastic Rsi cross and we couldn't get above that 10K area. It's a clear-cut sign that that is a fake out. In other words, a double top, a short-term double top. Double top is a technical trend reversal, right? So anytime you have a double top, the trend reverses and goes back down and usually takes out the pivot low, which is what I've been warning everybody about for a while now, taking out the pivot low. You don't want to see that. But anyways, we had another opportunity with a stochastic Rsi cross here, and that ended up being the only one that we had the rest of the bull run. We can count this one, but the top was already in. This just was a double top. There's nothing exciting about a double top. We just rallied back to where we were. Really a new all-time high. We technically made one, by a couple dollars or whatever it was, but it's a technical double top. There's no way around it. And again, a technical double top is a trend reversal, which we saw. So in the first 2 cycles, we had one. In the third cycle, we technically had more than one, but the first one was a fake out because we never regained a higher high. We never made a higher high. And we're going to look at what Bitcoin needs to do to make a higher high so that we can avoid that. But I'm going to break it down for you here in a moment. But again, we'll call it 2, although we know that it was a fake out, so we can technically consider it 1, although we did get another little opportunity here, albeit just a double top, right? So that leads us into our cycle now, the current cycle. We obviously had our bottom here, which everyone went against me. I was literally called insane for saying that the bottom was in at 15, 16,000. We don't even need to roll the clip. You've already seen it. But we had a stochastic Rsi cross. And then that was the one that really took us out of the bear market. And it was a gruesome bear market with bullish divergence. And it took us out. It put us into phase 1. And then at the end of phase 1, which we covered here on the channel, we had this beautiful stochastic Rsi cross. And we covered it. And I said, look, these are incredible opportunities. Because at the time, people were still like, you know what? We're going to crash back down to 9K, 8K, 7K. They really, really genuinely believed it when we were right here. They fought me every day in the comments. Every day I would wake up and everyone's like, this is it, Steve. I told you we're going to 7K, 8K. Here it is. And I sat here and I'm like, these people are on drugs. We have a stochastic Rsi cross on the 2-week time frame, which is really, really rare. And when you have one, that usually happen right in the midst of the bull, and it explodes prices. I don't know what kind of drugs are these people on. Grandma Betty's probably passing stuff out. You don't know what she's doing. But here we are, right? We had a stochastic Rsi cross. Men lie, women lie. The charts don't lie. Always trust the charts, not the majority, not what the majority are saying. Just because a lot of people repeat the same thing doesn't make it true. The charts are true. You have to trust the charts. So we had a stochastic Rsi cross. I told you repeatedly that is a really, really good thing to have. We are not going to 10K, 9K, 8K, 7K. We are going significantly higher. And from there, we just went up a measly 184%. We went from about 25,000 Bitcoin to 74,000 Bitcoin. Mind you, everyone was waiting for 9K, 8K, 7K, so they can finally say to me, Steve, you were wrong. They never got to say it because the charts won again. So we have to respect the charts. We have to give credit to the charts, and we have to be level-headed with all of the emotion of crypto. Just remain level-headed and focus on the facts. So now we're sitting here, and now we're looking at the chart, and we're getting ready for another Stochastic Rsi cross. We covered these don't happen very often. We had one in the first cycle. We had one in the second cycle. We can call it, 2-ish / potentially 3. If you want to count this as like a big move, you can. But again, they don't come very often. There's no way around it. And we're gearing up for another one. Josh says, Steve's courses in FFA have transformed my trading in just a few weeks. Peter says, you changed my life. JW said, don't be stupid, sign up. If I can make 16 times my money, you can for sure. When Lambo said, joining the FFA was the best decision of my life. I want to help transform your life next. Join our exclusive community, limited time only, CryptoCrewUniversity.com. But I have good news and I have bad news, right? I need to share this news with you in an open and honest forum where you can respect what I'm saying. I don't know what you want first. Do you want the good news? Do you want the bad news? Let's go with the good news first. Well, the good news is this can really change things for Bitcoin, right? I need you to watch out for any false signals such as this. The way to tell is Bitcoin would quite literally have to take out its pivot high. If it doesn't, and we have a double top at that pivot high, we're going to see a trend reversal, just like we did with this, right? Where it's going to take out that recent swing low, which would be this one, and it would go lower, but that's fine. We would just have another phenomenal buying opportunity and more opportunity to rise from that point. So a fake out might be ideal for people that really want a juicy buying opportunity. Now, if your question is, well, how long can we stay down below here? There's a little trick, and then I'm going to get to the bad news. If you look at bull versus bear, when we're in a bear market, like here, like here, like here, and like here, we tend to stay below this 20 level a lot longer. Why? Because it's a bear market. And when we're in a bull market and we have our cross, usually it's relatively short, like here. Look, we're in the middle of a bull run. We don't stay down here for years or months and months and months. It's relatively short-lived. You're looking at, we came down in June 2013, and we crossed up in August, September-ish. So it wasn't like we were down here for 8-10 months or a year like we'd hang out in the bear market. It's quick, right? Same with here, midst of a bull. We came down in the August-ish time frame, and we went back up in October. We're not down there for 8-10 months to a year. It's quick, right? So these moves of a cross in a bull run, case in point, just the recent one, we weren't down there for 8-10 months. It was quick. And same here, right? Even though prices were crashing, we stayed down here just a short amount of time. We came down in November-ish. We came back up in January. It was a fake out, and this one was even faster. So we don't expect that Bitcoin would hang out down here for months and months and months and months. If you're in the FFA, comment your experience down below. Can't wait to read what you have to say. We expect it to be relatively quick relative to the other ones that we've seen, and that's the good news, right? That's the good news. Now, let me get to the bad news. This is obviously, it has a high chance to be Bitcoin's last chance of the bull run, and I'll tell you why. When you look at the data, we had one cross here, and then, it's up for debate how we want to count them, but we'll say more than one, right? We know that these don't come, 5-10 chances during the bull run. We know that they come, a maximum of 3, including a fake signal. We already had one in the bear market. We had our second one already. This would technically be our third, and that's likely to be our last chance. In other words, what you would want to see if you really want to take some profits in this next one, you would hope that this is a fake out. You would hope that we cross up in the coming weeks and we go up somewhere around here and then we come back down and we take out this pivot low, and you can potentially buy, you know, inside this area here, and then we have a real cross, and then you go from this area here potentially to a new all-time high, and you eat those profits because that would be the last of the bull run. In other words, the bull run is getting close to its end. We're not closer to the beginning. We're not closer to the middle. We're on the last stages of the bull run, meaning, you know, there could be kind of 1 year left when you're looking at, you know, a good case scenario. The bull run could end, the earliest I've always said was the end of 24 or well into 2025. And I've held true to that since the bull run even started. And I have always said 2026 is going to be a bloodbath. That's going to be the best buying opportunities, stocks or crypto. I still am seeing that in the charts. But make no mistake, this could be one of the last chances to really make a good trade, to get into a trade and get out of the trade with some really beautiful profits prior to a market cycle top. So focus on that. I'll be giving you updates on that, but that's the good news. That's the bad news. Let me know how you think it's going to play out and hit that subscribe button. Is my yearly plan too much? Not to worry. We have a cheaper monthly price. Check it out now. CryptoCrewUniversity.com.